Hey everybody, welcome back to Human Resource. Now we got a situation, it's old as time, okay? Yeah. It's one of those things that could actually make a relationship or break a relationship. And I'm talking about the case of, is this a mama's boy or is this just a cultural man? Now obviously the woman's got their own problems, right? Like we got daddy's girl.
Daddy's girl.
Yeah. And that's a thing too.
Oh, you're not gonna buy me those pair of boots?
Okay.
Yeah. Daddy's gonna
buy it for me.
Yeah.
But I feel like the one that people talks about the most is mama's boy. And so we are gonna look into this situation because this clip went a bit viral.
Where is your place?
My place is in London. I still live with my mum. In our culture, it's like you grow up with your family.
I mean in Nigerian culture?
Yeah, like we grew up in our own family homes for a long time. We support our parents. Like, why am I gonna move out and leave my mum by herself for some girl?
They say when a woman marries a man, the man divorces his mum.
Hell no.
What
No way.
Oh.
When a man marries, she becomes a child of the mum.
Quite traditional.
Yeah, I feel so. Yeah, I feel so, yeah. Family's the most important thing. When a girl gets with me, she ain't just marrying me, she's marrying my family.
So for some of you guys who don't know, that is actually Anthony Joshua, who is a very successful professional boxer from the UK. Yeah. And he actually holds a lot of title and he plays in the heavy division.
Super heavyweight division. Come on.
Okay.
Now put the super weight in that part. You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, in all honesty, I don't watch fighting. I don't watch boxing. I don't watch MMA. Why fight? Like...
Yeah, I know. Well, I get you. You can't stomach it. For people like me, listen, I'm not saying that I don't watch boxing. I watch MMA, but not all the MMA, shows that are out there, but are the fights, I would say.
How do you watch? Listen,
I watched
the reason why this clip caught a lot of people's attention is because he was being interviewed by a guy named Louis Theroux. He's a British guy, but he has a French last name, so I'm probably butchering the name.
Interesting.
He asked him a very personal question. Now, obviously, Anthony gave his honest answer, and obviously, he has the right to express what he feels about how he wants to live his life, and that's understandable. But for some other people, they find it challenging. A lot of people left comments about it.
Now, let's talk about the interview aspect of the whole thing.
Okay.
I like it how he gets traditional when it comes to his mother, right? And it makes sense. He's an African guy. He's Nigerian. You can find that in most African countries. Also in Asia. Yeah, and Italian families, all that, So, that's a great, I think that's a positive.
When you get with another person,
traditionally
marriage.
Reality is when there's a union between two people, right? Then there is the uniting of the families.
And get them intertwining and all that stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, I did not like it when he said about the whole thing about some girl.
Oh, okay. So
where's the traditional aspect about that some girl, right? So
because the other guy,
he's picking and choosing. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because the other guy in the clip, he mentions when a woman marries a man, the man divorces his mom. And the guy was like, absolutely not.
Absolutely.
Which is interesting because that guy, he's obviously European, white European. And the way they do things is completely different. So he kind of showed, in a sense, how his cultural does things. But the emphasis on when a woman marries, it's like that's their traditional way. But when the guy, he goes, I'm not going to move out with some girl.
Yeah.
That's not pretty traditional, isn't it?
Yeah, at that point, it just shows you the two different mindsets.
Yeah, exactly.
What this guy, some people will take it as this, that when a man is leaving his family, his mom, his dad, and everything, this is a time of his life to be his own person, to build his own family himself, right? Where the other one is, I'm still gonna stay with my family, and I'm just gonna bring some girl in.
Yeah, she's an extension. Do you think these men use their mama as an scapegoat because they truly ain't ready to settle down?
Yeah, in some cases, yes.
Because in the interview, there was another part where Louis asked Anthony about, how can you obviously pull a girl? And he gets to the point where, it's working out for him. And then the guy asks, okay, what happens if she catches feeling? And that's what he said.
Where should we go?
You decide.
Pizza Hut?
I love a pizza. Sure. Pizza Hut we go. How easy is that,
Really?
Yeah, I said easy going.
But then when they catch feels...
That's when it's like, skirt. That's when it's like...
Really?
Did you see what he went, skirt? I was like, where are you going?
You know what? It is so... It's so easy to demand certain traditional or culture expectation on a woman, even though you're not a culture or traditional man yourself. Okay.
Yeah. It's like,
especially when how did you get the girl? You know what I mean? So right now he's saying, the stereotypical, I went to a coffee shop and, or,
sure.
A supermarket and I found her and all that. But even with that, he, when she gets feelings.
Yeah, that's very ironic. But, let's talk about this mama boy because it is a problematic. I know when people think mama's boy, they think about traditional Leonardo DiCaprio. Who else?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
But then how about this one? Bradley Cooper. Nobody's talking about it. I still feel like he has that as well. And I think a mama's boy is when the guy is unable to control the mom's responsibility or the amount of involvement she's allowed in his new relationship.
Yeah. So who do you put the responsibility on?
The guy. 100% the guy.
Not the mom?
No, the guy. Your responsibility is to find a way where both of them can keep autonomy on in their roles in your life. This reminds me of actually Matthew McConaughey and his wife.
Okay.
There was an interview she did not too long ago where I think she did share, guys, you can help me, correct me if I'm wrong. She did share that his mom was a bit controlling and she was very challenging in the relationship. Yeah. And then it's to the point where the woman had to figure her out and she challenged her back. It's to the point where the woman was impressed. Mm-hmm. Oh, you figured me out. Back and forth. And I'm like,
yeah.
She not only has to be your wife, the mother of your kids. Now she got to figure out your mom's challenge.
Yeah, and it's not even her responsibility.
It's not her responsibility.
That's not her place. It's his place to build boundaries between his mom and his wife. You know what? I feel like toxic families or even where there's an absent father, right? Or a dad or whatever, you know what I mean? Head of household. Sometimes the mother would put that responsibility on her son. And there's a certain attachment that it's so hard for the mother and the son to detach from it. Yeah. So I think with that, mothers out there, you're kind of stunting your child's growth in being an independent man. Yeah. Listen, there is many families that the wife and the mom it's a loving relationship. Yeah. They love each other. They care for each other.
And that's fabulous, yeah.
And it's wonderful. I hope one day that, happens to me, right? But if you're trying to put aggression or disrespect on your wife or vice versa,
it's a fighting of the authority.
Yeah,
I think so,
then you're not gonna have that.
It's not gonna work out. Yeah.
His job is literally to build a wonderful relationship between the two. That's what I think, right? And also the girl, she needs to be willing to have that relationship, and the mother. Now, I believe the mother, you need to let this woman, right, who's entering in your family, because in the end of the day, she is not biologically your daughter. Okay, she has a mother to do that for her.
Or maybe let's just say, maybe the girl's mom's not in her life. Mm-hmm. Don't you think the girl has her own individuality and that since your son picked her, you would trust his judgment?
You know what? I'm going to throw a crazy thing out here.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I might not even say this correctly, but I hope you guys understand what I'm coming from. Now think of it like this. If the guy is getting his emotional needs from his mother, and I'm talking about everything, then who are you? Okay? You're just the person that is going to give him his physical needs. And that's why there is there's a lot of women out here are baby mamas and instead of wives. I said it.
No,
the truth hurts. Yeah, the truth hurts.
Wait a minute,
I feel like it's a pandemic. There's a bunch of...
Oh, let's talk about this one. The big sister effect.
Ooh.
Okay.
Let's not talk about the
big sister effect, because sometimes you would have big sisters that would like to protect their brother, and they would be very controlling of what kind of woman he picks. Like Jake Gyllenhaal's sister.
Yes.
And I think he said it too. Anyways.
He said that his mom and his sister needs to vet the woman that he's dating.
Why can't you vet her?
Yeah, what happened to you, Jake Gyllenhaal?
Use your judgment call.
But yeah, this is a tricky situation. Is definitely a conversation that will never end, I would say. Regardless, I understand both sides. You know what I mean? There's great relationship between a mother-in-law and her sister and the daughter-in-law. Yeah. And there's relationships that are just horrible that ends with divorce. So it's up to you.
Even separation.
It's up to the guy how you want that relationship
to work.
Yeah.
All right.
So you guys, at that note, please subscribe and like this video, and bye now.